Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're out there creating content, you already know the ground is shifting under our feet. Today, we are going to break down how to actually win in this new world, a world run by two massive forces: the algorithms that decide who sees your work, and the AI that's changing how we make it. So let's get right into it.
So let's just start with the question that I know is on everyone's mind. Are the algorithms your boss? I mean, it really feels that way sometimes, doesn't it? You pour your heart into something, you hit publish, and then its fate is completely in the hands of some code you can't even see.
And this leads us to what we're calling the dual dilemma. It's this constant tug of war. On one side, you're trying to master these mysterious, totally opaque platform algorithms just to get your stuff seen. And on the other side, you've got generative AI, which is exploding and promises to let you create things at lightning speed. And here's the thing, these two aren't separate problems. They are totally connected.
So, our first mission, should we choose to accept it, is to decode these algorithms. We got to pull back the curtain on the black box and figure out what these platforms are actually trying to achieve. Because once you understand the goal, the why behind it all, you can finally start playing the game with a real strategy.
Let's start with short video. TikTok, Reels, the whole lot. Their goal is simple and honestly kind of ruthless. They want to maximize user immersion. They just want to keep you swiping forever. And what that means for you, the creator, is that your first few seconds, that initial hook, and your ability to just hold on to that attention is literally everything.
But what's really fascinating is that they don't all measure this the same way. TikTok, for instance, is absolutely obsessed with initial interaction speed. How fast people like, comment, or follow right after seeing your video can determine if it goes viral. Instagram Reels, though, it's a bit different. It cares more about average watch time and, most importantly, the share rate. Seriously, a share on Reels is like gold. It's the #1 signal to the algorithm that this is good stuff and it should be shown to a brand new audience.
Now, this brings up a really weird paradox when we start using AI. You'd think, great, I can use AI to make a perfect, slick, high-definition video. But that's not always what works. The algorithms, especially on TikTok, often reward content that has that lo-fi, authentic, almost messy feel. So the winning prompt for your AI isn't make a perfect ad. It's more like this: generate a video that looks like it was shot casually on a phone. It's all about faking that human imperfection to build trust.
Okay, so let's switch gears. What about the platforms that are more focused on text and images? Their goal is a little different. It's not about that pure hypnotic immersion. It's more about driving real social connection, building community, and, here's a big one, being discoverable through search.
And again, their logic is different. A platform like Xiaohongshu, for example, is all about seeding value. It wants authentic, useful lifestyle content that feels like a friend giving you a recommendation. But then you look at Weibo, which is basically a giant public square. It's all about the public interaction rate. Content that sparks debate, gets a ton of retweets and comments, that's what gets blasted out to the masses.
And finally, what about the big guys of long-form content like YouTube? Well, their challenge is this really delicate balancing act. The algorithm has to give you more of what you already love, right? To keep you watching, but it also has to show you new things to pull you out of what they call an information cocoon so you don't get bored and leave the platform. It's a tricky dance between personalization and discovery. So what you've probably noticed is that all these platforms are starting to blend together. YouTube has shorts, Instagram has longer reels, the lines are blurring. And because of that, our whole strategy has to change. It's no longer about a platform-first mindset where you make one thing for TikTok and a totally different thing for YouTube. The new winning strategy is content first. You create one amazing high-quality source asset, and then you cleverly adopt it for all the other platforms. And that is where AI-generated content, or AIGC, comes in. But you have to stop thinking of it as just a tool to make stuff faster. It's not here to replace you. It's here to be your strategic co-pilot. The thing that helps you actually pull off that new content-first strategy without burning out.
The #1 skill you need to develop for this is something called prompt engineering. And look, this is way more than just typing a description of what you want. It's the art of giving the AI a strategic brief. You're defining its role, its personality, your goals, the style you're going for. You're not just a user, you're a director.
Using frameworks like the ones you see here is how you get really good at this. For example, the Clever framework is amazing for writing ad copy or scripts because it forces the AI to be clear and valuable. The Crispy framework, on the other hand, is designed to make the AI take on a whole new personality, which is perfect for storytelling. These aren't just tricks, they're structures that give you control.
So let's look at what this new AIGC-powered workflow actually looks like. Step 1, ideation. The AI scans trends and gives you a bunch of creative ideas to start with. Step 2, copywriting. It spits out tons of different headlines and descriptions so you can A/B test them. Step 3, asset generation. It can create the images, the video clips, even the voiceover. But here's the magic. Step 4, optimization. You take the data on what worked, you feed it back into the AI, and it helps you write even better prompts next time. It's a continuous, data-driven, creative loop.
All right, we've decoded the algorithms. We have our AI copilot. Now, let's put it all together. What is the actual master plan for thriving in the AI era?
Here it is. This is that one source, many uses strategy in action. Let's say your source asset is a killer 10-minute deep dive YouTube video. Okay, from that one piece of content, you can get multiple 30-second clips for Reels and TikTok. You can pull out the best quotes and turn them into graphics for X. You can take the entire transcript and turn it into a blog post. See? One big effort, maximum impact across every single channel.
But, and this is a big but, with all this new power comes new responsibility. We have to talk about labeling. Regulators are stepping in and making it mandatory to identify AI-generated content. Sometimes that's explicit, like a visible made with AI watermark. Other times it's implicit, like an invisible digital tag hidden in the file's data, so it can be traced.
And you really need to pay attention to this, because it's not optional anymore. New regulations are popping up everywhere, and they're spreading the responsibility around. Some rules make both the creator and the platform responsible for being transparent. Others target the AI companies themselves. The bottom line is, compliance has to be part of your workflow now to avoid some serious risks.
So, what's the big picture here? What does this all mean for the future? Well, it's not about AI replacing creators. It's about AI taking over the grunt work, the repetitive, time-sucking tasks. And that frees us, the humans, up to focus on what we actually do best: the high-level creativity, the emotional connection, the real strategic thinking.
And that really brings us to the single most important takeaway. In this crazy, constantly changing ocean of algorithms and AI tools, there is one thing that will always keep you from getting swept away, and that is your anchor. Real, authentic, valuable, high-quality content. At the end of the day, that is the only thing that truly matters.
So, I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. We are right on the edge of a world where AI can create literally anything you can imagine. The technical barriers are just evaporating. So the only question left, and it's the most important one of all, is what will you, the human, with a unique voice and perspective, what will you choose to say?